How's it going, everyone? My name is Snowblizzard and welcome back to another survival handbook series video. Today's episode 9, I believe. That's crazy. But today we're going to work on something super useful that I'm personally a massive fan of, because this is one of the most useful resources in the game, and I think you can already tell by the title and thumbnail probably what it is, but it's going to be an iron farm. And so we have this little testing world here, and we're going to be testing some things. And the first thing I want to test is this whole setup. I kind of want to just show you more than test because I already know how it works. But basically we have a daylight sensor here which acts as a power source, and as you saw, it makes the thing go up. So if we were to put a repeater here, you can actually see that it gives an output whenever it sends it up. It's going to send a signal through and give a really short pulse through. So it's kind of like an observer, but not really. This daylight sensor will detect what time of day it is or what time of night it is and give off a stronger pulse the later in the day it is, or vice versa. So what we need to do is take a pulse out of here, just one single pulse. Instead of using an observer, observer will detect the different power sources. We're just going to use this circuit right here, and what it's going to do is send a single pulse through whenever it gets to night or gets to daytime, and it's going to take an output out of here. And so we don't want it to be on this little like tick right here. We want it to actually carry out the signal a little bit, so we're going to set it to a couple ticks. And as you can see, it kind of holds the pulse for a little longer. And what that's going to allow it to do is let us put it into a pulse extender with a couple of redstone comparators. And what that does is it extends the pulse. If you don't know how an iron farm works, basically what you have to do is get the villager into a pod like this. And then you're going to have something like a zombie right here that the villager is going to be looking at. And he gets scared. He goes, ah! And he runs around everywhere. And then he pops out an iron golem because there's a village here. And the iron golem gets killed and farmed for its resources, and the villager is still running around here being freaked out like the world's gonna end. And so the reason we have this timer is because every once in a while the villager will get used to the zombie being there. He'll still be freaking out, but he'll be like, hey, I don't need the iron golem, it's not really killing me right away. So what we have to do is put a block in front of it, just like this, so that he's like, oh, I'm finally safe. And then he sees the zombie again, he's like, oh my gosh. And so you can see that's why it's important that we have this short tick. So we can put a block in front of the villager and make him forget about the zombie, and then we're going to bring it back, and then he's going to start freaking out again and producing more iron for us. And so every once in a while we have to do that. And so what we're going to do actually is take this and flip it to nighttime, so that whenever it becomes nighttime, we can make the villager calm down, and he's going to go sleep in his bed. Because if he doesn't sleep in his bed, it doesn't count as a village over time. And so with that said, he won't be able to get scared and produce iron golems. He'll still be able to get scared like 24/7. He just won't be able to produce iron golems because there'll be no village to defend if he's not sleeping in his bed. It won't be counted as a village. It won't register as a village. So what we need to do is take this circuit right here and block it off at nighttime so the villager can go ahead and pop in his bed and sleep. He's going to sleep for a short second though. He's not going to sleep all night. So he's going to sleep for a short second, and then he's going to see the villager again and pop out of bed. But by then he's already slept and it's already counted as a village. So then the zombie will be able to spawn more iron golems, and we'll be able to continuously farm them as long as we have the farm. And so with that covered, let's hop over into the real world and let's build this thing up. So first things first, what we need to do is actually gather resources. We don't have all the resources we need. Once we get them, we'll kind of cover them. We'll go over them before we actually start building it, obviously, just to show you guys what you can expect to build it with. But we're gonna go ahead and stream over on twitch.tv/snowyblizzard with an underscore. If you wanna hop over there, there'll be a link in the description. If you wanna catch some of those streams, I stream over there a lot more frequently than on YouTube, because I only stream once a week on YouTube, but I do stream over there a lot more consistently. So if you want to go down in the link in the description and go follow me over there and check me out, you could probably catch me pretty frequently when I'm live. I'm usually live at least every day. So we're going to go do that right now. We're going to go get some resources, and then we're going to come back to this world and we're going to build this thing up. Now that we have a spot picked out, resources gathered, and a ton of villagers, a ton of them, I'd say it's definitely time to start cleaning this stuff up so that we can go ahead and reuse this scaffolding. So before we get anything started at all, we need to build a collection system where the iron golems are going to fall, die, and drop all of their fantastic iron to us and put into a collection system. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to be taking some wood, and we're going to be taking some planks, maybe. I think we're going to use some glass as well. I'm not really sure. And then we have the cobblestone. The cobblestone's going to be really useful. We're going to need some lava, and we'll get that later. But for now, we're just going to build up the actual collection system itself. And so I want the collection system just to be right here. It's kind of going to be really small. It's going to be right under where the iron golem farm is going to be, and that's going to be up there in the sky, just like the villager breeder is. You can see kind of a theme of villagers being tortured up in the sky and then dropping loot to us and resources we can use. So what we're going to be doing is kind of building some kind of box, and that's kind of what I want to do. It's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be a tiny little box, And then from here, we can just go ahead and build the actual collection itself. I'm just kind of winging this build, honestly. I don't really have much of a plan as usual, but this is going to be the collection area. What we're going to have is just a big rectangle right here. It's going to have water and lava in it, and the water is going to push the iron golems into the lava, and the lava is going to murder the iron golems and get the iron into a storage system, and then we can collect it from there. And it's going to be really, really simple. We just need to fill this in, and I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to use glass panes for this. I think glass panes would be a really nice choice. If we had glass panes going around the outside, something like this, and then we have like a little floor right here, right underneath it, right here. And so we could have the water pushing to one section of it, and then we could have the lava over in that single section, and then we could have some kind of collection system right where that lava is. I think that would be a really good way to go about things. So we're going to go ahead and fill this entire thing around the outside with glass panes, and then we're going to fill the floor in, and then we're going to come back and start working on the actual water streams themselves. Now we have all the floor and the glass built in. We're just going to go ahead and throw some fence gates in right here, and I'm going to kind of show you how this should work. Fence gates can be waterlogged, but I think if you put them like this, then the water shouldn't be able to wash out. So if we have the fence gates like that, then no, we can see that the fence gates block the water. And as you can see, you can still walk through them. So this is a really useful mechanic. And we can also use this to kind of block the lava in here. The iron golems are going to get pushed over here, cooked in the lava, and their iron ingots are going to be collected right underneath, and that's exactly what we want. Alright, we got all the fence gates in. Now we're going to throw the water in this corner, and it should push it right to the center. As you can see, it does it perfectly. So if we were to have them push to the center right here, and then we drop this down another block, it should be able to push the iron golems into this area right here, and then we can line this section with hoppers, build a little glass wall right here, and we should be all set with the collection system. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and use clear glass as well, just so we can see through it a little bit better. I know the light gray glass is kind of a theme, but I like to use clear glass and just kind of incorporate it so that it's not 100% one solid color. I think that's a little nice touch. I honestly don't think I'll ever feel safe in the new Nether, even with feather falling and fire protection and everything like that. I genuinely just don't think I will ever feel safe in this new Nether from 1.16, even though it's not so new anymore. It's practically like a year old now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, he got in my way. It wasn't my fault, I swear. What? What do I do now? I mean, it's great for XP, but like, what? This is not at all what I intended to be doing. I just wanted to get my lava buckets, and I wanted to get out of here, and now I can't even do that. Because a piglin walked right in front of me when I tried to mine that block. We should be cool now. We should be alright now. We have the buckets of lava that we came for. And we're going back into the overworld. Oh god, they're mad at me. They're mad. They're mad. They're very mad. They're mad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. That's not good. They're not still mad at me, are they? No? Okay. And I got all my stuff back for the most part. Well, maybe not all of it. Okay. Yeah? Did I get all of it back? Okay. Let me just look around here and make sure I get all my resources. Oh my gosh, my house is infested. Alright, there's some stuff over here too. Okay, my inventory looks kind of full now, so I think we're set. We don't need that. We have the scaffolding too. Well, that was a surprise. I say we take care of them while we're here. What do you guys say? Yeah? So now all we do before we put the lava in... Ooh, wait. I probably shouldn't use wood pillars over here. Now that I think about it, that would be really bad if I have lava and wood pillars. We're gonna have to go ahead and use the cobblestone over here, I think, as well. I think it'll fit the theme, though, if it's cobblestone, if it's lava. I think lava would help the theme. And it'll be a little better. I'm happy I caught this before I even built it. That would have been an absolute disaster. But besides the point, now we can go ahead and dig out these little areas to make the golems flow all the way to the center. We just have to dig out the places the water go. And then we can remove these blocks, and boom, the water flows all the way down here now. And it'll keep the golems in here, and they can get burned alive, and we can get our resources. It's a win-win situation. So now all that's left is to go ahead and take the lava that we got, and we just have to place it a couple blocks apart. So if we place this lava like right here, it'll flow a couple blocks out in each direction, and then we can come down here and place it a couple blocks off the side so they're symmetrical. Oh, okay. Fire protection 4, baby. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I was worried about. So instead of using fence gates, we're gonna have to use signs. I didn't know which one worked. I always get confused on this, whether fence gates or signs work with lava, and fence gates will burn, so we're gonna have to use signs. Okay, here we go, take 2. We're just gonna get the signs, and we're gonna go ahead and place them all, and hopefully we won't have an issue. And that should keep the lava back and the water back without burning anything down, hopefully. So we're just gonna place this a couple blocks away, and then we'll take the lava bucket we have and place that a couple blocks away from this side, and that should cover everything. So when the iron golems fall down here, they'll be 3 blocks tall, which means they'll just barely bump their heads on the lava and they'll burn to death, which is good for us, bad for them, but good for us. And we'll be able to collect their iron ingots because of that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the heck out of here, and then we're gonna start on the actual farm itself. We forgot one very important detail. We actually need to put hoppers down here where the water flows. I don't know if we're gonna put it on every block, because you can see the water kind of flows and pushes the items in some places. So we might only put hoppers like there and in the middle and right here and right here. And we have enough for 5 of them at the moment. And we have enough for a little more, but I kind of want to save that iron. Dude, it's snowing. Ah, that's out of the way. We can get to work. One might ask, hey, why are you running away from zombies at nighttime? Well, for the iron farm, it actually requires one special ingredient. And that special ingredient is, of course, a zombie. And so what we need to do is make some wood planks, and then we need to keep running away from it as we go get a trap door, which is over here. We're going to grab ourselves a trap door. And how we're going to catch this thing is a magical solution. I think you guys saw it if you were on stream, or maybe it was in the video, who knows. We need to keep running away from it until we can go ahead and break that block down there. So if we just grab our shovel and we break away that block and hopefully not fall in it. Can this guy hold one? You need to make sure the zombie can also hold an item. And so if they can hold an item, then they're a good candidate. And if not, then they're not a good candidate. It looks like, yeah, he's holding that. Okay, so we're going to grab 2 zombies just in case. So we're going to make him run in there too. Hopefully we can get him. And there he goes. Okay, so now we have 2 zombies that are both holding items. And the reason we want them to hold items is so that they don't despawn. If they can hold an item and they pick an item up of yours, then they won't despawn. And that's good, because if you die, it'll grab your items and it'll grab your weapons, and it'll save them for you until you can come back and kill it and redeem them without your items despawning. But it's also very useful, because that means we can get zombies and other mobs in our world and get them to stay where we want forever without name tags, for 1. And for 2, they also don't count towards the mob cap, so it won't hurt rates of our farms when we go to build the biggest and the best farms. And so we need to go ahead and hurry up. Oh no, they're burning. Oh no, I did a bad thing. I slept through the night. I didn't put a block over their head. Oh no, are they gonna die? I think they're gonna die. I think they're dead already. I think they're burning to death, and they're... It was fun while it lasted. We have the middle of the collection system marked out here, so we're gonna go up like 20 or something blocks, and we're gonna go ahead and start building the actual farm itself. I don't know exactly how high we're gonna go. We're not gonna go too high, but I want to make sure the golems... Well, actually, we'll kind of go level with this. I think we can just about measure how level it is, and I think that would look nicely. The iron golems are going to fall off into the collection system, which means we need to have the villagers standing on something over here. We're actually going to go ahead and make ourselves a piece of wood. Oak wood, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to throw out the gold sword for now. We're going to go ahead and come over here. About, I don't know, 4 blocks should work. And then we're going to go ahead and put a piece of wood here. And so this is where the villagers are actually going to be standing. We're going to go ahead and put our beds down here as well. So we're going to go and take our beds and put them down here. We can do this and create a little kind of holding cell for the villagers if we place all the beds facing the inside like this. And then once we have the beds down, we can go ahead and put like a piece of glass or something here and just hold the villagers in place. So once we put something over their heads like this, they won't be able to get in or out. And so we can go ahead and remove this while we're working here. But once we have this in place, we're going to put the villagers in, and then we're going to put the glass on top of their heads, and then they won't be able to get out. So everything's all set here. We just need to build up the system. The system is going to consist of a zombie, which is going to sit about here. I don't want it too close, but I don't want it too far either. I'm going to have it sit about here. and then it's going to have a block in front of it, and what that block's going to have is a sticky piston right underneath, and the reason it's going to have a sticky piston is so that it can push this block up and block the line of sight from the villagers. Every time it's nighttime, it'll kind of refresh their scared state, as I talked about in the beginning of the video, and then we can go ahead and block the rest of the sides in with just some, we'll do some wood and then some logs. So we can take the wood and block them in just like so, and then we'll take the logs and go up like this, and we'll just kind of block the zombie in. And then we can go ahead and put some kind of light source on top too. So we're going to put a light source like that on top, and so the zombie's going to sit in here, and then the piston's going to shoot up, and then he's not going to be able to see the villagers or scare him, and then after a little time passes, it's going to drop back down, and he's going to be able to scare him again. And what we're going to do is actually remove this light source for the time being. We're going to replace it once we get the zombie in here, but we need to make everything spawn proof as well. We need to make sure everything is spawn proof. That includes glass and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and break these guys, and we're going to remove these pieces right here. These don't really bother it, it's just for aesthetics. We're going to put a piece of redstone dust on anything that's going to be like a full block, so like right here and right here. We're going to hop over here. We're going to go ahead and remove all of these guys, and we're going to leave this up here. I think we're just going to use scaffolding in a little bit, but we're going to leave this up here for now so that we can have the marked center out up here, and then we're going to build the platform on top where the golems are actually going to spawn and fall to their deaths.
We have successfully caught our zombies, and that means we have very few things left to do, so let's get to work. So the way iron golem spawning works is if you count the block they're standing on, that actually counts as 0, and then the block by their feet is 1, the block by their head is 2, and then it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the highest block they can spawn on. And if you count that block under their feet as 0 again, and you go 6 blocks down, that's the lowest block they can spawn on, I'm pretty sure. I'll link a video in the description of where I found that information. That video is really helpful. I refer back to it constantly. So if you're ever interested in checking it out for yourself, feel free to. It's very helpful. But now all we're really going to do is just build a platform that goes out over the water. So out to about here, I want to say. And then we're going to build a pretty wide platform. It's going to be 3 or 4 blocks wide, so like 1, 2, 3, 4 I think is good, and then we're just going to fill it all entirely in. Now what we need to do is make sure that the iron golems actually stay on the platform itself while they're falling down, so we're going to go ahead and grab a bunch of fences, and then we're going to attach them all around the outside just like this. And fences aren't a spawnable block, if you couldn't tell. No mobs can spawn on top of fences, so we're actually going to line the outside of this thing with fences like this to make sure that all the iron golems that are on here fall in, and all the water that's on here actually flows that way instead of flowing around the actual entire platform. So we're going to go ahead and outline this entire thing in fences. Then we need to get buckets of water because we forgot the water. And we're going to bring it back up here. We're going to put some water in the corners. It's going to push the water here. And we need fences as well. So we're going to go ahead and put our signs here just like this. You shift, click to put another sign. And you keep doing that over and over again until we get all the way to the end. You can use fence gates here if you want to and open them up, because they won't burn up here because there's no lava up here. But I'm just going to use signs because I have them available. We have to get down under here and go around the piston over here to put the redstone in place. We're going to line up with this guy. We're going to take some wood slabs because I think they just look nicer because they won't be as bulky as actual blocks. And we need to have it connected to the blocks. So we're going to go ahead and put a block here. We're going to put our pulse extender right around here, I think. And we're going to have it wrap around the backside. So we're going to go ahead and put some redstone dust here, Take our 2 comparators out, put the pulse extender in place, put a block here with a repeater set to 2 ticks because we need that little delay in order to get this to fully function. We're going to put a sticky piston here with a block on it. Then we're going to put another slab right there where we want the top of it to be. And we're going to put redstone dust. And the last touch is our daylight sensor set to night. We're also going to dig up this block right here. And we're going to dig up all this dirt around the area. First, I think we're going to put the villagers in place, just because I don't want the zombie up there constantly scaring them when I'm trying to get them in place. So I'm going to put the villagers in place, lock them in place, and then I'm going to put the zombie in place last. So it shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. Alright, we got the rails in place. Now let's try and call up a minecart really quick and see if it grabs a villager. Oh, it got a baby? Oh, well, I don't know if that's going to work. I think it will. The baby will just be able to walk out of the actual system, which kind of sucks, but you can see the minecart's actually in place now. So, alright, let's go for villager number 2. And we got an adult. Nice. This time we got an adult. So we'll just go up there, break the minecart, and then have him drop into the same spot that he did last time. I'm going to set that up so that the zombie can't actually see the villagers yet, because that would be bad. Put a fence here. And then we push a minecart down. Okay. And now we just need to be able to push it back onto the track. So, like this. Well, this is a predicament. And now all we do is boom. Okay, he's up. And he goes into place, hopefully. Did I just throw my sword? I just threw my sword at the explosion when I tried to move. Well, we're back to using the retired sword, I guess. First, we need to do this. And we're going to throw some redstone on top of it, just in case. And we're going to get rid of these guys. And then we're going to go as far away as we can up there and get rid of those guys too. Break that glowstone. Break this minecart. Oh god. Okay, well, we're going to see if it's working, I guess. It worked! The iron farm works. Oh, we gotta hurry. I already give him my gold helmet, actually. Now that I think about it. Ow, are you gonna get in the minecart? Yeah, okay, you can get in the minecart. Cool. Except you're gonna burn. That sucks. Okay, well, we missed the nighttime. And that's what happens. Okay. He's got a helmet on and now he's under all those blocks. Hopefully he should just pop into place. Pop. There he goes. And now iron golems are gonna start spawning all over the place, so I gotta hurry up and get up there. I didn't think this through. Also, the villagers are standing on the outside, which sucks, because that means they could just walk off at any point, which means I gotta cover up the beds as well, so they don't just spawn up there. I made some minor adjustments to the holding cell. You might not see this until later in the video, unless you're seeing it earlier in the video, I don't know. But I made some adjustments to it so that they can't walk up on the beds or wake up on the beds. They shouldn't be able to anyways. And if they do, they'll be glitched in, but hopefully they won't. We'll try it out and see how it works. We also need to import some more villagers because these guys kind of messed up, so we have to get some more villagers in here. So we're going to go ahead and do that really quick. I find that it's a lot easier at night because you can fit the villagers in there without having to worry about the other villagers being out of bed. And if they're in bed, it opens up that single slot for them to just sit in the minecarts and exist. So we're going to go ahead and break this guy's minecart and he'll fall asleep. I know this is a very rare occurrence, but you want to make sure that your villagers don't have direct sky access either, so that they don't get struck by lightning. It is rare, but it does happen, and it's happened to me before, and it absolutely sucks. Yes, it worked. You can see the villagers are all in the center right now. None of them are sitting up on the beds that haven't loaded in yet. We just have to break him out of his minecart, remove the redstone block, remove all these blocks before we do that, and then it's a functioning farm, I think. We just have to get it and test it, because golems were spawning, but it could break and we have to test it just to make sure. Here's our little creeper hole from earlier. We'll just grab all our items and we'll head up there and do what we said we would. Right, we're going to break him. We got him in. It's like 15 minutes later. We got him in place. We made sure not to stand right next to him because that would cause issues. We broke him. He dropped out in that spot. And now we're going to go down there and we're going to see if it works. We have to break this first. We have to break this block and it should work, which means we have to break that so that no iron golem spawn with us. And iron golem falls in there, burns to death. We get iron, whoop-de-doo. It works. We have an iron farm now. We have a working iron farm now. And we're done with this. I never want to talk to villagers again. I never want to see villagers again. I never want to deal with villagers again. We're done. No zombies, no villagers. Let's go check our iron. We don't have chests in here yet. We have to put chests in here. We'll do that in a live stream. We'll get some kind of storage system set up. But we got iron from our iron farm, and it works. Yay. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit the like button because I'm suffering so much. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And I make a ton of Minecraft videos just like this one. So if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. This is not a laughing matter. Villagers suck.